White, working class boys are forgotten in education. Forgotten is a word to describe this feeling of being lost, neglected, and thrown to the side like scraps. Forgotten is like someone not remembering who you are, how you are, and where you come from. Forgotten is a way to categorize someone as an afterthought. When you consider this idea of who is and who isn't forgotten in our society, you might not consider the group I'm going to say. That group is white working class boys. A report done by Impetus Private Equity Foundation found that white British boys from low socio-economic backgrounds make the least academic progress during secondary school. When exploring universities, white males from low-income families are the least likely group to attend such institutions. Report after report and decades of investigating this issue, we find the same problem, that our current education system lets down this group of people. And with the acceleration of achievement for girls and minorities in education, this issue of underachievement for white working class boys will only become more apparent. Back in the day, going to university wasn't what it was like now. Taking an extract from a piece done by Camilla Cavendish for the Financial Times, she summarised what I'm saying perfectly. If you grew up in Grimsby in the 1950s, you were living in Europe's biggest and most successful port. If you were a child in Wakefield in the 1970s, you knew that nearby Kellingley was the largest deep pit coal mine on the continent. You didn't have to be academic to get secure work and feel a sense of pride. While it's dangerous to romanticise the past, it is important to understand how much those places have changed and what has been lost. A sense of identity of contributing to the nation. So how do we get this sense of identity back for those who are forgotten in education? The short answer is that our education system isn't fit for purpose and needs changing. Its narrowness, its emphasis on university, and the eroding of non-graduate work have let down so many hopefuls. Instead of teaching financial literacy, we are taught Pythagoras' theorem. Instead of being taught plumbing, construction, and so many other practical skills, we are taught about Shakespeare. And instead of learning about apprenticeships and university technical colleges, you are spun to a university to do a course with no future job prospects. This isn't to bash university or education, but it's to say that how we have organised this sector isn't working for everyone. We must change this so that white working class boys are no longer forgotten about. Let's emphasise these practical skills that are important, not just for work, but for life. Let's offer one-to-one support through mentoring, support groups, and other community-like programs for those that need that extra push towards their goals. Let's have persistence, patience, and engagement with those struggling in our schools so they are not forgotten. No child should be left behind, and white working class boys have been left struggling behind everyone else for far too long. The time is now to focus on those failed by the education system.